Caribbean Connections TV. Caribbean Connections TV will take you back to the islands. Each week, Caribbean Connections explores new community events, from carnivals to concerts, artists, jazz festivals, culinary happenings in Canada and around the world.
Hey, it's Paradise and Jackson for Caribbean Connections Television. Thank you once again for tuning in. I'm here with a very extraordinary guest, and I'll explain to you why he's so extraordinary. Mr. Osborne Barnwell, how are you today?
I'm very well, very well.
Well, the topic we're going to address today is police misconduct and racial profiling. It's a very touchy topic, as we all know, especially in our community.
Yes, it is.
The police is there to serve and protect us. But what happens when those who are hired to serve and protect us are actually the ones that are hurting us or turn against us? Where do we go from there? So before you address that,
Yes.
tell our viewers a bit about yourself, your
Sure.
background, and your
Sure.
education.
Okay. So I am from St. Vincent. I was born in St. Vincent. I left St. Vincent at age 21. I've been in this country since 1974.
Yes.
And I was educated here, went to University of Western Ontario, did a degree in economics, and then went to Windsor, did a degree in honors degree in commerce at that
Right.
time. So I decided to go back to law school, and a promise to myself was that I was going to learn to sue police, honestly.
Wow.
I have been doing quite a bit of work around human rights.
Okay, so that's our topic.
Human rights in employment, in terms of discrimination in employment.
Yes.
The Human Rights Tribunal is a place that I go quite often.
Yeah.
And interestingly, I didn't even know this until later. Interestingly, there are two cases at the Ontario Court of Appeal that went that far.
Wow.
And those two cases were done by me, actually.
Wow.
I was
You're a real trailblazer.
But as a community, we have that responsibility to conduct ourselves accordingly,
Yes.
consistent with the law. And I'm not giving a conservative view. I'm just simply saying, from a practical point of view, we have certain responsibilities, and I think we are responsible for obeying the law.
Yes.
Now, that difficulty I've had over the years practicing police litigation is the fact that I see a pattern for a while now that is really crippling to me, in the sense that gratuitous violence.
Okay.
I see that a lot in my client pool. Right now I have two black men who are disabled, and they have no criminal record. They did nothing wrong.
So they're actually following the law.
Yes,
They're good
yes,
citizens
yes,
in our community.
Yes.
So
People who find themselves in misconducting themselves in terms of being reactive to race.
right.
In fact, consciously they don't really want to. But because they have been bombarded with these negative images
Yes, of course.
of black people, that we are criminals, we are drug dealers, there is this subconscious reaction to us.
Because that's all you see on television. That's one of the reasons why we created Caribbean Connections Television, because I turn on the TV and that's all I see. And we are talented people, we're intelligent people,
Yes,
we're
I agree.
business people,
I
we're
agree.
loving people, we're
I
spiritual
agree.
people.
I agree.
There's so much more to us, and it was so important for us to be on City TV, so the whole, everyone can see us, like not only in our little diaspora.
That takes me to this what I call a prize, a present. I got a videotape. Paradise, I got a videotape of gratuitous violence being perpetrated against a black man.
Yeah, so all this time you hear all these stories, but there's no actual evidence, because the police,
No
they
evidence.
will like say their side, and
Yeah.
it's your word against theirs, or
Yeah.
your client's word against theirs. But this is a whole different thing. You
Yeah.
actually have video
Yes, I
video
have.
evidence.
I have.
And
a
what
video.
did that feel like when you had that video? Okay, tell me what you saw the first time you saw that video and how you felt.
Firstly, when I was advised that there was someone who had been beaten, and that there was a videotape. I was, it was incredulous to me. I said, "What do you mean videotape?
You got
Of what?"
excited.
What? I mean, I've always wanted a videotape,
Yeah.
and you touched on it. The reason why is that in all of my examinations for discovery and all of my cross-examinations,
Yeah.
there's always some kind of tall story.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you got on the officer,
Yeah.
the officer is gonna, and I don't understand it. They are believed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They are believed, and so the only way you can address this at times is to get the real evidence.
Yeah.
And so when this man advised me that he had a friend who had been beaten by police and there was a video,
Yes.
and the man can't find a lawyer because no lawyer will take his case. I told him to bring the man, tell the
Wow.
man to come.
Of course.
And this guy came in, this guy, 6 feet, 6'2", 6'1", dreadlocks, came into my office and gave me this video. And Paradise, I put the video on the computer here. And being honest with you, I was frightened initially. When I saw the first baton strikes, when the police used his baton and struck that man, I took it off. I was so frightened because I couldn't imagine a police officer doing that.
In this day and age, because
I couldn't imagine.
I seen that video in 2011, and before I came here, I looked at it again. And just like you, I took it off, and I think I cried for like 10 minutes. I just couldn't stop crying because we have come so far, and for us to be at this stage where police officers can attack a black man while his son and the community watches. His son is
11 years
11-year-old son was looking at that, and it wasn't just one cop. It was like, and as they strike him, I felt the blow.
Yeah.
For myself, and I just couldn't, and I can't even talk about it. I just like you, I had to turn it off. I can't believe this is still happening.
Yes, it is.
It's still happening this day and age.
Yes, it is. And you know what is really sad about it, and as I indicated, this is not an occasion to talk about the merits, the legal merits, but what is really sad about it is that Y is a place where
Oh,
people, the history of the Y
Yeah.
is to accommodate those who are dropouts,
Yes.
the strange one, the gay people, is to have everybody come in. That is what's so ironic about and sad about it. It happened at the Y.
It's supposed to be a safe place.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a place that you're confident.
Yes.
That you get better, you improve
Yes.
yourself, and then the police come in and it just sets everything back.
Yes.
It's not a safe place
and
anymore.
the client had been a member for a long time, and
Oh,
they
he's
had a
actually a
family
member.
membership. Yes, he had a family membership, a paid up family
Wow.
membership. And so seeing the beating, I was so shocked.